Have you been wondering if you should invest in a multifamily or cash flowing property before buying your dream home? Or are you someone that's leaning more towards on the side of buying your first home before buying a multifamily and cash flow property? Listen, if that's been you, then this is for you. I'm Miss Cashflow Properties, and today I'm going to walk you through the numbers on which should come first. All right, so if you are, I'm going to do some drawing. Don't laugh. All right, I'm going to make this your multifamily. All right, this is going to be our fourplex. All right, so you got a fourplex that's cost $200,000. Now, being a first-time home buyer, you qualify for a FHA loan at 3.5% down. All right, 3.5% down. Now, we're going to assume that you are not going to get any first-time home buyer benefits. We'll save that to the end. I just want you to show you the raw numbers before I'm applying any grants or programs you may be eligible for. So 3.5% times 200,000, that gives you a $7,000 down payment. Now, if you invest, use the FHA program, $7,000 on your down payment for your fourplex, and then you decide second, okay, you're gonna get your nice single family home, okay? You're gonna get your single family home. When you purchase the second home, financing will look more like this. Say same sales price, we're gonna work with the same number, but because you've already used your FHA loan and you're only by law allowed to have one Federal Housing Administration loan from the government, your next loan, you have to look at other options, that being conventional. Conventional financing, on typically you look at between say 10 to 20%. There are some 5% and 3% conventional programs depending on your credit score. But let's go with 10% down payment. I'm not going to give us the top of 20 or the lowest that are out there, but I'm going to go with 10% down payment. Again, it could be higher or lower. Now with 10%, just the average 10%, this would now look like, so conventional at 10% down would now look like a $20,000 down payment, right? So we're looking at 20K versus 7K, okay? 7K for your multifamily, 20K for your second. Now, that will give you a total of $27,000. Now here, what you'll be doing is cash flowing. You will cash flow off of rents here, okay? Every single month, if you have a fourplex, you'll live in one, this is you, and let's just say at 200K, thinking about the area and what the rents may be in that area, let's say for our example purposes, you are cash flowing $1,200 from every unit. All right, that's $3,600 cash flow a month. And now this $3,600 will be more than enough on a $200,000 loan, even if we're going to use like a interest rate somewhere in the sixes, right? 6.5, 6 to 7% interest rate. Monthly payment, you'll be looking at, let's say about $1,600. Okay. Now, all my math enthusiasts are going to say, how do we know it's a $1,600? I may be over, I may be under. I'll use the mortgage calculator payment just shortly for you guys when I actually walk through. But you can save my number here and tell me how close or how far off I am. We'll know. But 12, 12, and 12 is 36. This is you. You're living in one. You're cash flowing $3,600, paying a $1,600 mortgage, right? This will leave you $3,600 minus $1,600 leaves you $2,000 cash flow plus free what? Rent. You're going to live rent free. Living rent free eliminates one of your expenses, something that you are currently paying for out of your check, your wages, your salary. So you're going. This is money that you get to know. You get to save, budget, reinvest, do something else with, on top of an additional $2,000 of cash flow. All right. Now let me give you example number 2. Example number 2. So you buy your beautiful dream home first. We're going to make it, I think this makes it look happier. You buy your dream home first. That's 3.5% down because we're doing what? FHA, right? And again, using the same numbers, 200,000. Add a 0 there, right? Again, same numbers, 7K down. Now, what happens here is what? No cash what? No cash flow. No cash flow is happening here. You're just going to occupy. You still have to budget out of your check from your 9 to 5. You still have to budget to pay rent. And you're not positively cash flowing, okay? And then later on, you decide, hey, I want to buy my investment multifamily property. Now, the bank's going to say, okay, you're not going to occupy this at all because here, you live here. The bank knows this is your primary address, okay? This is strictly an investment property. So I'm going to put T for tenant, all tenants. Now, because you have a strictly investment loan, okay? No, you will not occupy this property. Now, okay, you don't qualify for a FHA loan. It's not owner occupied, okay? Second, banks are going to look at a loan primarily called debt service, DSC coverage ratio, debt service coverage ratio. And they typically want that number to equals 1.25% or greater. All right. Now, what does that mean? It means that the rent you collect will cover the rent at 125%. Okay. So if our mortgage payment is $1,600, they want to ensure that the rent you collect will be $1,600 plus another 25%. Somebody can do the math there. That's $400. So they want to ensure at least you're getting right $2K. No problem. Again, same math. If we're getting $1,200 each, we know that this is a great investment at $200K. All right, sales price still $200K. The biggest difference though is now your down payment. Your down payment for a debt service DSCR loan is now DSCR, right? It's now 25% down. So you're looking at 25% down. Why? You are a first-time investor. You have no credibility, no experience in investing. So the bank's going to charge you 25% down for your first investment property. All right? You don't get the benefits or coverage or the hack protection of being a first-time home buyer through an FHA loan. You're just 100% in the shark pool. And the shark pool being of investors and private money banks who want to ensure that their investment is covered. They want you to have some stake in the game. So they're going to have you put down 25% because you're a first-time investor, and that now counts against you. So when we do our math at 25% of what? 200K, we're now looking at what? A 50K down payment. Now, to buy your 200K home plus your 200K investment property, your total investment is now $57,000. Okay? In reverse, we were only spending what? $27,000 as our down payment. We were not being pinged negatively for having been considered a first-time investor, okay, or a DSCR loan. It is not your primary occupant of residence. The lenders know it, and the lenders will ping you. Now, you may be saying, well, hey, can I get a conventional loan opposed to DSCR? Now, again, they will know it's what? Not non-owner occupied. Non-owner occupied. So if it's non-owner occupied, being a first-time investor, you're always going to look at between 20 to 25%. Even if on the conventional side, you're able to qualify and go on the conventional side, you will no longer be eligible for a 10% down payment. All right. So buying your investment property first using FHA, which requires you to occupy for 12 months. Your plan would be within 1 year later, 12 months, you can buy your another home, which will then be used as your primary residence. It would be your dream home. So you go into dream home second, so that the banks will know, hey, you're not being an investor on your second purchase. This is my primary home. Therefore, it's not a high risk because I'm not being a first-time investor. But using the FHA, which allows you, the FHA program, which allows you to be a first-time investor, first-time landlord, okay, specifically first-time landlord, and home buyer, what you're able to do is get some of the protections of that first-time home buyer and not be pinged negatively because you're doing an investment property. So these are the benefits, of pros and cons of buying your investment property first, dream home second. Okay, we don't want to do it this way. All right, I'm gonna use a different color. We don't want to do it that way because we will lose some major benefits. So we don't want to do it this way. We want to do it the first way, and we want to actually end up with less out of pocket and use our first home buying program benefits that we can to cover that cash flow on property. So I hope you guys took something away from this math example. I hope that it was helpful to you. You guys, look, I need to know if you like and want more conversations like this. If you want to give me, submit some properties, let's go through the numbers. Every Monday, I want to be able to sit with you and go through the numbers. And so this was just an example of multifamily, how it works in your favor and and determining which you should buy first. So listen, before you go, do me a favor. I need you to hit the subscribe button, like button, and share button. Share this with someone that you want to build wealth and create a legacy for together. Share this information with them. I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side of financial freedom.